Hey everybody, it's KDEM8080 here with another LEGO Transformer build. This time LEGO Transformers number 5, Evila. So her alt mode is a helicopter based on that of an Mi-17 Russian military helicopter. It's got all the windows in the right places as the helicopter would. It's got 6 rotors instead of the 5 that an actual Mi-17 has. Same with the back, it should have 3 instead of 4. It just works a lot better if you use even numbers with Legos. But you can see it's pretty detailed. It's got the little gas tanks, little landing gears. I mean, there's not too much you can really do with a helicopter, but it's got spinning blades. Both of them spin nice and freely. Its stand here is just a wine glass that I've got it set up on top of, but it can also sit on just its wheels. For size comparison here, there's Santa Claus, and here's my little scale figure that's supposed to represent how big people would be. And then to compare it with another Transformer, here's Hideout. I'd say she's probably a little on the small side because these helicopters are actually gigantic. You probably parked that truck inside of the real helicopter, but I think it's close enough for what it is. Let me go ahead and get these guys out of here, and we'll get into transformation then. So for transformation, I'm going to go ahead and take off the rotor. It does not need to be removed. It's just much easier if it is removed. So then we'll go ahead and set that off to the side. We're going to go ahead and do the same thing with 3 more parts here. These 2 do not have to come off. They can stay on there. They fall off really easy. They turn into guns though, so that does give you a reason to take them off. And then also we're going to come right into here, fold both of these up. Oh, that one came off. It's a good start. And this piece will pull out, and then we're going to go ahead and transform this into another gun. And we'll set that off to the side for now. Alright, so now that that's out of the way, let's get into everything else. So we'll start with the wheels. You're going to want to disconnect these ratchets on both sides. You can just let those fall back. And then we'll come up here to this front wheel. You're going to want to move it out of the way and pull that side out like that. Then we'll go ahead and flip both of these up out of the way for now. Then come up here. Oh, we're losing bits. Those just fell out of here. These 2 little pieces. Those will probably fall off quite a lot while we're transforming it. Then we'll go ahead and flip these over, get those out of the way for now. Come right here, and you've got this connection you want to break on both sides. And then you want to kind of pry it up. Not that far up. And then everything comes down and around. I'll try to do that cleaner on the other side. There we go. And that comes down. And you can flip this over. Now, let me reposition everything. Alright, so as you're flipping everything back, you want to go ahead and get that up so that everything else can clear and come down. Then we'll go ahead, we'll move on to the legs here. You're going to want to bring this piece out like this. This piece is going to fold in backwards like that. That'll slide just enough. And then there we go. This piece here will kind of rock out on a hinge, like so. And then it'll spin 180, and that'll all snuggle up there. And then this piece will just slide over like that, and turn the foot so you can see it. Oh, shut that piece off. you just push this piece to the side and forward, and that's going to just kind of snuggle up with it. And then we'll go ahead and we'll bring down that piece that locks the heel in. Alright, so then we'll fold that up. Come here to the leg, you're going to want to bend it at this hinge. You're going to bend this here, slide it down one stud, and that'll close up the leg. Now we'll come up here to the knee, you're going to flip that forward. We're going to straighten that out like this. Oh, lost a hand, fix that in just a second. Then we're going to bring this piece up and around. Uh-oh. Alright, that piece comes up and around. Flip it over, and it tucks up just like this against the back of the knee there. Alright, and then you can't quite bring the leg down all the way yet, but almost. Go ahead, get the other kneecap done. Bring this up and back. And then we'll go ahead and flip this piece around. And then we'll do the foot. All right. And then you'll just flip that over. That comes up against the side. Now it folds back. And there's the other foot. Okay. Now, we'll move up here a bit. And I think this is where we're going to want to come back to this side. Oh, lost a leg. That hook back on there. How's that hook on there? There we go. Okay. Back on the foot. I don't know where that came from. Alright, so then what we're going to want to do is come up in here and unpeg that connection. And then you want to bring these up and get them disconnected right inside there. Oh, that side came fully disconnected. You can go ahead and start to bend those up, and these will flip back. Oh. Alright, then you can, I guess, go ahead and unpeg these from each other. Right around there. Alright. Oh, one fell off. They both fell off. Alright, this part's super complicated, so I had to go back and try this a couple times. But basically you just get the legs separated out like this, and then you can pull the hands up through. And that's honestly the worst part of the transformation. But then you can straighten out the hand there, straighten it out there, straighten it out there, and straighten it out there. Then you go ahead and do the same thing with the other hand. There we go. And then we'll get the hip pegged in to the upper leg there. Oh, lost one of those. There we go. And then same on the other side. Alright. Then come up here to the front. Bring this out to the side. Again, you want to kind of rotate the legs apart from each other. So that comes up at an angle. Pull that hand out of the way. And then, let's see, where from here? Bring the arms out to the sides so they're not in the way anymore. You can go ahead and flip that up. That would have the propeller on it if I was doing this in expert mode. But then you can go ahead and get these hips up and around. Oh, pulled that one clean off. How do we get that back on there? There. Okay, and then the waist kind of flips around. You can go ahead and bring that back, and then this piece here slides over, and then it folds outside of that piece. It fills in that little gap. And then you can just go ahead, that'll actually tuck in, and it'll hold it all together. And then you bring the wheel up, and you get it up, tucked in around everything. And you can fold that down. Alright, now we'll do the same thing. Oh, the thigh also came untabbed. So we'll do the same thing on the other side here. It's just going to be a little harder to see. Slide that piece all the way over. Fold that up, fold that down, fold that down. Fold that up, fold that in. And that'll kind of tab into that stud. And just push all that back to normal. Straighten out the leg. Alright, so then we got the waist pretty much done. You're going to want to come in here, and you see this tab there. I want to flip that back, and then the waist will flip up and peg into that. You can go ahead and close those two pieces together, bring the butt all together, and the legs are done. Now we'll come up here to the front half, which is the arguably easier half. So we'll bring the arms outwards to start with. You're going to want to take this arm and bring it out like that. Actually, you want to bring it up. And then this will come out, that'll flip up, this will come up, and that'll swing around. And then you'll close this back up. Oh, there we go. Then you bring this up, you slide it that way, and it clips into there. You bring the arm up this way, bring out the nose here, that'll flip up, fold that out, bring this the rest of the way up, and then you kind of want to slide it a little. And then that'll peg in to right there. Alright, and then get the arm down, it'll slide over there, it'll bend up, and then that peg will, that stud will go onto that piece there. Alright, so now we'll get the other side done really fast. Slide that up, that down. Oh, that got flipped over. Alright, bring the other half of the chest around. It's a little difficult to clear everything. This, tab in, get that pegged in. Alright, then we'll go ahead and just lift her up here. You're going to want to fold that in, fold that in, fold that to line up with the edge of this, and then fold these down. Alright, and then you're going to want to come to these pieces. This is going to fold up, and then this will rotate. Oh, wait, nope, got that backwards. It's going to fold that way. That'll rotate this way. Then that comes down this way. Same on this side. Rotate this way. Bring this one down that way. And this one up that way. Then these will go ahead and slide down here. We want to kind of open up a little space up here on this beam. This clip clips into there. This whole piece accordions down. Get this shoulder pegged in here. Came off for a second. 1 second. And there we go. So now, all we gotta do is lift up her legs. Let's go ahead and get her feet situated here. Straightened out. She does not stand the best, but we'll get her standing nonetheless. Before I forget, I'd also like to show that there's this little clip that comes up, and that clips right into this bar here to go ahead and hold the whole upper torso together. Like that. And then that just folds back down flat. Alright, now before I forget, I want to touch on this stuff that we took off earlier. We've got these two jets. You can just go ahead and do that with them. And put them right back on where they came off, which would be right here. And there's more options, but that's where we'll put them back on for now. And then we're going to come on to the helicopter blade here, and this thing actually splits and folds up, and then it splits right here, and it's on a little bit of a ball joint. So for what we want right now, we'll just go ahead, flip it up like that. We're going to fold both these down to the side like this. You're going to kind of want to rotate this back so it's out of the way. And then we'll hook this back on to the robot. So let's angle this up a bit. This is going to come right on to these two studs here. Not sure if you can see those or not, but this comes right up in here and hooks on those two studs. And that forms a nice little skirt for her. Those wheels tucked up a little better. Alright, and then you take her blaster here, and she just stores that on her hip. And there we go. Alright, and here she is in all of her glory. She's a pretty big girl. This is definitely my most curvaceous figure so far. It was quite the challenge to pull off the curves and shapes that she's got out of such a geometric helicopter. But I don't really want to touch her because as soon as I do, she's going to be super unstable. But let's go ahead and check her out up close. And go ahead and get a look at the face here. And check out the details. She's got opposable hands. She's got high heels. For posability, her neck is on a swivel. It's on a double hinge as well, so she can go a great bit up, good bit down. Her mouth opens, closes. Her eyebrows are marginally posable. She's got a ball joint at the shoulder. You can move around pretty well. Got that joint there as well, sort of. And you can, if you really need to, disconnect it to kind of have a butterfly to have her reaching up around forward. And then at the elbow, there's this joint. You can actually rotate this that way. Well, there's this elbow here, for one. But then you can rotate that and pop that free. And you get a second joint at the elbow. so you can get full 90 out of it. Or not full 90, but all the way, like a full 180. And then get that put back together. Oh well. Her hand, one of her fingers just fell off, but they're individually articulated. Her thumb has, oh, that is probably the weakest point. Hinges there, swivels there. It's got that hinge there, but it's also got a hinge in between. Her thumb can go on like this, so she's got a grasping hand, or move it out like that, so it's a bit more of a palm. Her leg here is on a ball joint. Her waist has a split, so you can kind of give her the splits. She's got a double knee. Her foot's on a ball joint that actually is on another ball joint further up inside, so you can get all sorts of range of motion out of that. And I think that about covers it for posability. Oh, well, you can come around here to her blade section, and this actually can come out. Oh, here, give me a second, I'll just change it up. Alright, so pretty much once you've got them twisted around, finagled into this position, you can go ahead and bring them up, and this stud will peg into the back of this clip. So you can go ahead and bring that up. Oh, and it came right off. Bring this all up. And this pegs right in to there. Nope. There we go. Alright, and there's those wings out. I think they look pretty good, and now for size comparisons. Here's Nightwing. Not working with me. There we go, there he is. Alright. And here's the Technic minifigure. Here's the scale figure. And there's a regular minifigure. So you can see she's quite taller. Alright, and then we'll bring in Hideout so you can see how she scales with the vehicle mode. And then there's Bullseye too. Just throw him in there. She's much, much bigger. So all in all, I think she looks great. She's honestly not fun to play with, but she's not really made for play, she's made for display. She's just supposed to look good posed, which ultimately she does. So don't forget to like and subscribe. This has been KDM8080 with Lego Transformer number 6, Evila. See you next time.